Our first guest made history in the White House when she became President Joe Biden's press secretary.
Yeah, Karine Jean-Pierre was the first black person and first openly LGBTQ plus person to serve in that role.
But before working in the White House and in politics, she was the child, and still is a child, of Haitian immigrants. Growing up in Queens, she released her memoir, Moving Forward, in 2019. But a lot has happened since then, and now she has she's got the soft cover, she's got a new afterwards. So please, without any further ado, welcome to New York Living, the one and only Karine Jean-Pierre. With the John. Hey. Wonderful to see you.
And in bright colors. Did we coordinate?
And I have a pink shoe.
This is perfect. This is perfect. So, I haven't seen the book yet. So
you know
this
what?
is amazing.
You can have this one.
It's wild.
Please have a seat.
Thank you.
You're the guest.
Thank you. Thank you.
I heard this woman who made history. She wrote a book. I think you should read it. I think you should.
You might want to check it out. It's fascinating.
This is great. Thank you, guys.
Do you approve? Did you approve of the picture?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did. I was able to do that. So that's good. Oh my God! It's so. Ooh.
Leave it there. It's fine.
No, when people see the cover.
Oh,
yeah,
well, you know
fair,
what?
yes.
The PR people are like, Heather, it's in the right.
Face forward. Don't move it. Don't put it on a tilt.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for stopping here on your whirlwind tour of all of the things that we know for you to do. So. A brief respite.
A brief respite.
We want to talk about the history making, book. We're going to talk about Queens in a hot second.
Queens.
We wanted to acknowledge the former president, Joe Biden, and his recent announcement with Dr. Jill Biden about his cancer diagnosis. And I wonder, you've had a chance to speak with him and sort of what you're mulling over.
So first, it was heartbreaking to hear, obviously. And so definitely thinking about him and his family, Dr. Biden. Here's what I will say about Joe Biden and the person that I have known since 2009. He cares a lot about people. And obviously, when it comes to cancer, it's something that's very personal to the family, and they've gone through so much. But I'll tell you this personal story. During my tenure as White House press secretary, I learned that my mom had cancer, and a lot of people didn't know. Most people did not know, and he was one of the very few people that knew because I wanted to keep it private. And when he found out, he called me and he said to me, "How are you doing? Do you need to take some time? What can I do?" And he just wanted to know more information. The man is running the country and is the leader of the free world, but took the time to really check in with me. And that's who he is. That's who he is. And he's also a fighter. This is someone, you do not bet against Joe Biden. And so my thoughts are with the family. I have connected with them, so obviously they know that I'm thinking of them. And I know that he's going to get through it. He's going to fight this. And, he's a really amazing, great man. And I wish him the best, obviously.
It seems like he's just so kind and compassionate for everybody,
Compassion. He certainly was the leader that we needed in that moment. We needed somebody who was compassionate and kind and also had the experience to get us out of what we were in, COVID and economy that was going on downward. So he came in and really was the right person for that moment and for the time. And so that's the person that I know.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's I think a lot of us see the same.
Yeah.
It's been about 4 months since
Has
leaving. Does it feel longer?
Well,
a lot has happened, right?
I think it feels longer for all of us.
Yes.
it feels,
Do you miss it at all?
I'm going to be very honest.
Do you sleep late now?
I got to tell you, I don't miss it. I don't miss it. And so, and I always start off saying it was an honor and a privilege to have had the job to speak for the President of the United States and be at that podium and exercise in democracy and go back and forth and doing that job as a historic first, obviously, it was a dream. It was a job of a lifetime, and I know I will never have that type of job again. Do I miss it? No, I don't. It's hard.
It was a moment in time.
It was a moment in time, and I feel like I played my role. I had the job for about 2.5 years, And it's nice to be able to spend time with my daughter,
Love
to
that.
see my family and my friends, sleep in, as you
Sleep
just
in.
mentioned. And so I really enjoy just being just a normal citizen,
Yeah.
if you will.
As normal as it can get with,
Right,
with your
exactly.
face out every day at a press conference.
I was 2 tables over from you at a gala for Mark Anthony, and you
Oh,
were the belle of the ball. I
yes.
mean, I kept going over to try to talk to you,
Gosh, that
and there
was-
was you had a receiving line. It was like it was your bat mitzvah.
It was such. I mean,
It
first
was
of all, he's like phenomenal.
Stop it with that Mark Anthony. I can't. Incredibly talented.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's amazing to
Yeah.
watch.
Oh, yeah.
So
but
that
all
was a great
that
night.
to say,
Yeah.
she is a woman in high demand. Let's not act like she's
In the
not.
hallway, she had a line.
As well.
Yeah.
So the book, a memoir.
Yes. So it came out in 2019. I wrote the memoir back then, and we never had a chance to do the paperback version because I've been a little bit busy. And so we wanted to make sure now that I'm out of the job, the paperback version is out. It has an afterword. It has a new cover, as folks can see. And I'm excited that it's out there, especially in this moment. I think a book like this that talks about, yes, it's about my life and it tells the story. It's about resilience and accomplishing things that you don't think you could accomplish and believing in yourself. Representation matters. And it has the other piece of it, which is getting involved in politics, getting involved in your community, having a voice, and it gives a pathway to that because some people don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
And so I think in this moment in time, this book probably has more of a weight in what people are trying, when people who are trying to figure out how do they, what voice and what role do they play.
Your parents actually, I was reading the book over the weekend. If I remember reading correctly, your parents actually didn't want you to be in
No.
politics at all, which is hilarious.
So
they
I-
liked Mike Dukakis. Mike Dukakis,
They did,
they call him
yeah,
Mike
yeah,
Dukakis.
Mike.
But you actually weren't
That was a
supposed to
funny
be in
moment.
politics.
No, well, look, I come from an immigrant household, right? And my parents came here, they left a dictatorship,
Yeah.
and they wanted me to be a doctor or a lawyer,
doctor or a
right?
lawyer,
Yeah, I'm
right.
sure you
Hello.
guys,
Of
course, yeah.
I feel like some
Right.
folks who are watching
Yeah.
can understand.
Right, of
Yeah,
course.
let 'em in.
And so their hope for me was I would become a doctor. I decided that's not what I wanted to do. You should read the book and you'll see why. But, you know, for them, politics, they thought I would end up dead on the streets,
Sure.
right? You know,
Right.
their understanding of it was very scary. And it wasn't until I worked on the Obama campaign in 2008 and coming out of that and obviously winning and making history, and he making history obviously as the first black president, that they were like, oh. Okay, you're going to go to the White House, you're going to work for a historic first, and that's when they understood and they felt more comfortable
Yeah.
with me getting into politics. And I've been doing it for 20 years, so I've been in it for a long time.
And she's 26. It's
I'm
very odd.
26.
She started when she was a zygote.
I know, what can I say?
So many historic firsts. So you have this legacy that you. It's like a living legacy, and we'd be remiss. It is. Okay, just it is. Queen's girl, you're the Grand Marshal
Oh yeah, that's amazing, yeah.
of Pride.
Of
You're
Pride.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
How is
That's
how is that
exciting.
occurring to you?
You know, New York will always have my heart. It will always be home for me. And so when I was asked to be the New York City Grand Marshal for Pride, it was such an honor. It's like coming back home. And in this moment, you know, if you think about Pride and the history of these Pride marches, they come from resilience, they come from a resistance, and resistance is also joy. And being seen and having a community that loves you. And for me, being part of that and being the Grand Marshal, one of the Grand Marshals for this year's Pride, helps me be part of something that is historic, decades of them in the making when you think about LGBTQ plus rights. And so it's an honor. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to celebrate. I cannot wait to be with that community, lift them up, and do it in joy and love and resistance.
And it's just a great party.
It's a great party.
incredible.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a great
party.
side.
I know, yes,
It's a
yes,
great
resilience, yeah, but it's a
party.
great party.
Right,
No, it
exactly.
is. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's joy.
And it's
we
joy.
need joy.
We sure do.
Yeah.
And thank you for bringing your joy
Thank
here
you.
today. 'cause
Thank
this
you
is a
so
real
much.
treat
Thanks,
for us.
Marisol. I
Of
appreciate it.
course,
Thank you for having
The
me.
book's fantastic.
Thank you.
And she approved of the photo. And
Thank God you did that here on Pix 11.
and she hadn't seen it.
Hello.
I know, it was
Breaking
nice
news.
to see it.
The updated and paperback version of Karine's book, Moving Forward, is available now wherever books are sold. If you would like to meet Karine yourself, she's hosting an event at Sisters Uptown Bookstore in Harlem tonight at 6 p.m. Make sure you hydrate today.
Yeah, I will hydrate, and I want to see people, so please come out.
Yes.
Come out, come out.
Fantastic.
Say hello.